So, the way to change and raise the quality of your life is two things. Change your standards and change your beliefs. Change your standards, change your beliefs. Think about that in a moment. The standards you live by, what you accept, what you demand from yourself, will shape your beliefs of what is actually possible for you. And those beliefs create your reality. Remember, I've told you life is emotion, and the emotions that you experience is your experience of life. So this week, guys, I changed my trajectory all because of Becky. I decided to do a totally different thing that I was planning on doing, but I was having such a good conversation with her. I was like, yeah, actually, we need to go through that. We should do that. So I want you to get ready because this is like double dare day. Like, I double dare you to actually implement what I've got for you today. And so this is going to be a conversation that's going to get you committed to, I'm going for at least 60 days, a 60-day commitment to one action every single day is going to build up to be something completely awesome. And so let's get started, shall we? Happy Monday momentum to y'all. Yeah, we can wake up and maybe it's a hard time, but I'm telling you, it's all about state. It's all about state, putting the smile on your face, get your shoulders back, do what you need to do for your body to get in the move and get in the groove for the day. Oh, you do that, and then you get to meet with some really awesome people. Like, that's something that fills my heart, is I get to see your beautiful faces every Monday, and that is the best way to start a week, I tell you. So, let's talk about the way to actually change the way your reality is, to actually shift the way your life is going. Here's the thing. I want to share something. It's going to change everything for you because it changed everything for me. And I'll tell you what, I resisted it every second of the way when I first started. I did. But that resistance is an invitation. That's the thing, is if we can think through it and face that resistance with going, okay, what is this trying to tell me? And even why am I resisting, right? So, who here wants to raise the quality of your life? I don't know. I need to get like both hands and 2 feet up, right? I want to raise the quality of my life. In fact, I believe that all of you believe that. You know why? Because you show up here every Monday. You wouldn't bother with your time if you were not wanting to raise the quality of your life. So, the way to change and raise the quality of your life is two things. Change your standards and change your beliefs. Change your standards, change your beliefs. Think about that in a moment. The standards you live by, what you accept, what you demand from yourself, will shape your beliefs of what is actually possible for you. And those beliefs create your reality. Remember, I've told you life is emotion, and the emotions that you experience is your experience of life. So if you want a better life, it starts with raising your standards. So we talk a lot about changing our beliefs here. We have stinking thinking. I know, because I ran face first into one of those this weekend myself, where I'm like, okay, I need to, what's going on here? I need to change my belief. Right now, I want to talk to you a little bit about changing our standards. And here's the thing. Raising our standards, a lot of us, especially achievers, we're like, oh, I want it now. Whatever I got it. This is me, actually. This is so me. In fact, it was me this weekend. It was like, I've had it. I want it now. But the thing about raising our standards is it doesn't come by leaps and bounds overnight, but by a commitment to constant and never-ending improvement. Tony Robbins calls it can I. And I've learned this concept from him, and it was really hard one for me to grasp because I'm an all-in kind of lady. Go big or go home. That is just me. Dive all in, show up fully, play full out. That is who I am. But come to find out, these little tweaks, these little adjustments over a period of time all add up to be something magnificent. So stands for constant and never-ending improvement. It's the mindset of relentless growth. It's not about perfection or taking these massive leaps, which we all want, right? But what a lot of us don't realize, and I never used to think about this really well, is those people that have this like seemingly all of a sudden they just blow it all up and it's beautiful and they're having all this success. That's what we're seeing. But what we don't see is these little daily actions of continual growth that actually create that moment where their life blooms. This is a secret of extraordinary people. They don't wait for motivation. They don't wait for perfect conditions. I'll do it when. They commit to constant and never-ending improvement. The power is in the consistency, the daily decision to improve. And I'll tell you what, it's down to those little things of, I really rock that thing. Okay, but how can we do it better even? Not to beat ourselves up, but to constant and never-ending improvement. So I want to tell you this story. I love this.
Hi.
Oh,
I'm okay. How are you doing?
Here, let's mute her. I'm trying to mute. All right, one of y'all got it. Maybe. Okay, there we go. Somebody came into the store and Lydia is serving, and I love that. And I love how she greets her people. Hello! I love it. Okay. She's a big personality. I love that about her. Okay, so I want to talk to you about this. Picture this. It's post-World War II Japan. The country is rebuilding from ashes and industries are struggling and the future feels uncertain. Enter W. Edwards Deming. He's actually an American statistician and quality control genius. He's invited actually to Japan to teach automobile manufacturers a revolutionary idea. And here's his revolutionary idea: how to improve quality and processes through constant and never-ending incremental change. He didn't just hand them a quick fix. He introduced a mindset. It was a discipline that demanded relentless attention to every detail and daily improvement. Because what they really discovered is that they were an automobile dealer, and I don't know how many of you notice in the United States, people say, oh, a Japanese-built car, I want that. They're trustworthy, they're reliable, they're quality. They're better than the American cars. And it was funny, they were up against Chevrolet at that time. And they weren't doing well at all. And they were able to overtake the entire automobile market. And the way they did this was a philosophy called Kaizen. It just means continuous improvement. Here's where it gets powerful. This was not about overnight success or like flashy commercials, flashy big breakthroughs. Is actually about showing up fully every single day, committing to make one little thing better than yesterday. So these Japanese automobilers, I don't know where I said that from, automobile dealers, tongue twister day, they actually took this to heart and put this into place. They applied this Kaizen into every part of their business, whether it be manufacturing, customer service, sales. Every single day, a tiny little improvement. Every single day, a step forward. Decades later, that commitment transformed Japan into a global manufacturing powerhouse. And I don't know if you've seen the reels on their country. I get Japan reels all the time. They're ahead technologically in so many different ways. And their cars became synonymous with quality and reliability. A few of us are business leaders here. We want to be known for quality and reliability. So we talk about constant and never-ending improvement. It's the same principle that Deming taught, the same spirit that Japanese lived, and it can be accessible to all of us. So no matter your business, your goals, your life, your challenges, anything that's in front of you, is something you can implement that will just slowly raise your standard every day. Some of us are like, I got to be perfect today. It doesn't work that way. But one thing I think, Becky, if I can share about going to conferences and then not going to conferences, is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Okay, so we'll go to a conference and we'll get really built up and we'll be really excited. And then we'll be like, I'm going to implement this stuff right now. And me and Becky were doing, we're RPM, baby, we got this. And we're going to work really hard on it. And then a week goes by, a month goes by, a couple months go by. And then, so we're like, I better get into another program. I need to go to another conference. And then we go get that high and we're like, oh, I'm totally bought in. I'm going to do this. I'm going to nail it. And then we get this addicted to this like cycle of I'm going to go to something that's going to build me and then I'm going to waver off. And I'm telling you, that's most of the reason why this group exists right here is we want to avoid that. This group actually is a path to continuous and never-ending improvement. It keeps you on Monday. You're going to show up. You're going to be like, this is going to be a good week. I'm seeing these amazing people and I'm going to continue working towards what I'm working towards. And that's why I want to see you in that WhatsApp chat. See, I can say it better now. WhatsApp chat. And I want to see you actually implementing these things. Because guys, the way you show up is what you'll get out. And if you want an extraordinary life, you have to show up in an extraordinary way. So this story isn't just history that the Japanese did. It's what they still do. And it's a blueprint for us. It's proof that massive transformation comes from tiny and consistent steps. And that's the power you hold when you commit to this. So when you commit to constant and never-ending improvement, you're not just changing habits, you're going to, just by nature, rewire your beliefs. And raising your standards forces you to see yourself differently. You stop thinking, I'm stuck, or I can't, and you start believing, I'm growing, I'm capable. That shift alone is a game changer. Because we don't do what we can, we do who we believe we are. And so constant and never-ending improvement will rewire your belief system to actually match your highest standards. There's always another level, always a little bit higher. So here's my challenge for you. Eunice, I sent it to you. Are you able to drop that document into the chat for me, please? Make a head nod. You have it, right? Okay. Thank you. There it is. Okay, there it is. It's DAWW. I've been doing this for a period of time now. Becky and I have made each other a challenge. Just so you know, I've heard it this way, competition. I want to do a competition. Competition is it's to challenge each other to be better. We collaborate with each other. So when you jump into something like this and you're competing, the other person is trying to raise their standard to be higher than yours. And you continue to build on the energy of one another. And so if I can release to you energy today to stick to this for 60 days, here's what it is. You complete this DAWW form every single day for 60 days, and hopefully every day after it. I've been doing it for several months now, and I don't miss a day. DAW stands for Daily Accountability, Wins, and What's Next. Okay? It's your tool that'll track your progress. You'll celebrate your wins. You'll identify what you can improve and set clear action steps. It's a simple daily ritual. And I'll tell you what, when I first started, I was like, I cannot think of how to fill in these blanks. And my mind was like freezing up. And because obviously inner resistance to, I don't have time for this, or all those beautiful stories you tell yourself, right, to make yourself not do it. And now it takes me about 5 to 10 minutes a day max to get in there and do this. But it makes you think. And so this simple daily ritual, it'll keep you honest, it'll keep you focused, it'll keep you moving forward. And my hope and desire is that all of us will keep doing it and keep competing with one another. See, I did it. Look what I learned. And what's going to happen is as you begin to fill this out, you're going to see patterns in your own life. And, I need to interrupt that pattern. I need to change that direction. I need to, this is actually great. I need to implement that more in my life. And you're going to just start to see, because you're going to be like, oh, wait, I wrote that the last 4 days in a row. Okay, now we can do something about that. So I'm going to pull out mine. I hope I did not pull that out ahead of time, but I'm going to show you mine for this quarter. All right. I find them. Where is it? Share. Okay. Here's what you got to see. Can you all see my DAWW form? Okay, awesome. All right, so we've been talking about this. What are your 3 to thrive today? What are the 3 most important actions? And like on here, I only had 2 because the whole day was taken in jury duty. But at least get 1 decision, okay? And we've talked about this. It's where you do your whole brain dump list, right? And then you set that whole brain dump list aside. And you're looking at, what is my desired outcome for the day? Okay? What is my desired outcome for the day? And then you build backwards. Why do I want that desired outcome? Who am I going to be as a result of accomplishing that outcome? Then you make your top actions. And only then do you ever get to look back at that to-do list again. Okay? So here, I'm going to look at what progress can I honor or celebrate today. So like this day, my 3 was podcast, speech, relationship building. I committed to making a podcast a must and follow through. I fully showed up at all of my meetings. Now that's a place to, now what do? Y'all have seen me do it. Yes, Becky's got it. We got to cheer ourselves on. We got to celebrate. We got to get excited about that. What actions did I take to make that possible? Because remember, your own success also leaves clues. So when you've done something right, it's important to evaluate, why did it turn out right? Okay? Then you go back to, even though it turned out totally awesome, you'll see here, oh my gosh, I have to find something to write even on my hiking day. I'm literally gone the entire day. And I'm hiking. And I think the first one, I already hid that row. But the first time, I'm like, what do I actually do? But here's something I was able to celebrate. I actually took some time in my favorite spot, Cliffside, and actually let go, truly rested and enjoyed, fully present in the moment. My muscles loosened. I also had a 30-minute call with a client, and I remember who that was. That was so fun. I was in the ascent of hiking up the mountain. I was actually talking to Lydia on the phone, and I was like, but it got me through it so fast. I was like, oh, that was the hard part. Where did that happen? So what actions I take that made that possible? I honored my own heart, even though I'm a recovering workaholic, honestly. And sometimes that behavior wants to creep back in, doesn't it? What could have been better? This is just from a hiking day. It's literally the whole day is hiking, guys. Because mastery isn't about perfection. The only invitation is to nurture consistency. I can bring this by honoring small moments of pause and presence before overwhelm sets in, even during busy days. See, I can bring this attitude and this heart position into my next week. And so what am I going to do? How am I going to make that a must? I will anchor at least one intentional act of presence each morning and one more during the day, whether it's mindful breathing, a brief walk, or authentic connection with loved ones to recalibrate and stay aligned with my highest self. And I got to go, why do I want that? Because everything I want comes from living aligned every day, not just moments. I must take these new actions because they guard my energy, protect my presence, and build momentum that compounds into unstoppable power. Okay, so that's just an example of me doing that. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to charge you to do this, and it's every day, every single day. So I was sick. Okay, great. I'm going to make sure and fill that out. hey, what went well today? Maybe my state was good while I felt sick. Maybe I was able to have the right heart position, or maybe I found a new way to move my body, or there's so many different ways. What can you celebrate? But also, what can you do better? I do the same thing on my sales calls. The first time I got a new sale and I'm like, that's awesome. Okay, so what can I do better next time as well? And it's these constant and never-ending improvements that help us to go just a little bit further every day. And it amounts to something. I have at least 6 scrolls just this quarter. But now I've gotten to a point. So it took me like a while, and sometimes I even had to use AI to help me like think this through because I couldn't even come up with my own answers. And now, boom, 5 minutes, I've got the answers. Okay? So here's what this will do. It's going to show you where your patterns are. Okay? And it's also going to show you, going to help you celebrate yourself. I got to find one win today, even if today's so, like Andrew's like having a bad Monday as he's starting out with. But remember, there are no bad Mondays, just challenging ones, right? There are no bad days. There's challenging days. Okay? And so he can look at what went right today, because even if you're having a really rough day, something went right today. And then something you can do even better. And it's really cool as these things, especially the what action must you take to make this progress possible. If I showed you mine in detail, there's constantly, Rebecca, you need to give yourself some grace and allow yourself to rest when it's time to rest, right? So like I can say, oh, there's a limiting belief that I'm having that I need to work through. And it shows me where the opportunities are. And what's really great is now we're going to start getting a pattern over the next 60 days. You'll identify that. And what would it look like if we actually work through it together as a group? What if our life changed because of it? So here's my challenge. Next 60 days, doing constant and never-ending improvement by completing this, I call it the DAWW form, every single day. Accountability, wins, and what's next. No excuses, no maybe tomorrow. Every day you show up for yourself and own your own growth. Because here's the thing, you are the architect of your life. Every day you decide who you're going to become. So let's raise our standards, let's change our beliefs, and let's build a life that is completely unshakable. How does that sound? I'm excited about this because I've been doing it alone for a while, and now I don't have to do it alone for a while because y'all are going to be there with me. All right, so here's a couple of breakout group questions. Okay, Tasha, I see you. I might just have you go to one and listen because you got to go. I got to put you somewhere is the thing. But we'll just give you a couple minutes to discuss this. Here's your questions. What is one standard in your life if right now, if raised even just a little bit, would create the biggest positive ripple effect? How would your beliefs about yourself and what's possible shifted if you committed to improving just 1% every day for the next 60 days? What would that look like? So I want to do this together. So I'm going to send you out to breakout rooms, probably bring you back a little earlier this time so that I'd like to talk to you guys and see if we can really get excited about this together. Also, if there's an inner resistance in you, I need to know about it because you won't be the only one, and somebody else in this room could also get the opportunity to work through it. So if you're finding like, oh, I don't, because I did, I straight up did. I ain't got time for this. I need to be doing. I need to do and do some more. So if there's inner resistance, make sure and reveal that so that you can get the support you need because there's a reason why you're here today. All right, Amber, did I give you the right? Yes, I should put this on my DAWW form today, is that I actually set this call up correctly, which is pretty big breakthrough for me because I'm usually like, oh, I didn't put you in a thing. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to send you all out. Have fun. I love ya.